So I wanted to share a little bit, a little message of Good Friday. And I want to focus on the three words that Jesus, one of the three words that Jesus says on the cross, and that is, "It is finished." There's a kind of silence that only comes after everything has been said. After the shouting fades, after the accusations are made, after the last breath is drawn. And Good Friday lives in that silence. We've just heard the story again, the story we hear every year on Good Friday, the arrest, the trial, the denial, the beating, the mocking, and the cross. It is a story that we know well, and yet every year it meets us differently, because every year we bring a different weight with us. And this day, in 2026, John's gospel leads us to that final moment. Jesus, hanging on the cross, says just three words: "It is finished." Not, "I am finished," or "this is over," but "it is finished." And there's a difference. Because Jesus is not speaking words of defeat, he is speaking words of completion. Something has been brought to its end. Something has been fulfilled. Throughout all of John's gospel, everything has been building up to this very moment. From the very beginning, John chapter 1, it says the Word became flesh and lived among us. And God has been moving toward this hour. Not by accident, not because things got out of control, but always with a purpose. Even in the chaos of Good Friday, there is a strange sense of direction. Jesus is not dragged unwillingly to the cross. He steps into it. He stands before Pilate not as a helpless victim, but as one who knows who he is. He carries the cross not as one abandoned by God, but as the one revealing God. And when he finally speaks those words, "It is finished," he's not giving up. He is completing the work of love. But what exactly is finished? It's not suffering, because suffering continues in our world. It's not sin, because we still wrestle with it. And it's not death, because we still face it. What is finished is the distance between God and humanity. See, on the cross, God does not stand far off, watching human pain from a safe distance. No, God enters into it fully, completely, without holding back. He enters our pain. Every betrayal, every injustice, every moment of fear, grief, and loss, God takes it on. The cross is not just something that happens to Jesus. It is something God chooses. And in that moment, there is nowhere we can go that God has not already been. No darkness we enter that God has not already touched. No suffering we carry that God does not understand from the inside out. "It is finished" means There is no longer any separation strong enough to keep God away. And yet, Good Friday, it doesn't feel like a victory. It feels like loss. The disciples scatter. Hope seems buried. The future looks uncertain and empty. Good Friday does not rush us past that. It invites us to sit in it for a while, to sit here in the grief, in the confusion, in the silence. Because this is where so much of life actually happens. We know what it's like to live in unfinished stories. We know what it is to stand at gravesides, literally and figuratively, and wonder, what comes next? We know what it feels like when it seems like hope is dead, crucified. Good Friday tells us God meets us in those places. God meets us there. He doesn't come after we've got things all figured out. He doesn't come once we have everything resolved. No, God is right there in the middle of it, in the mess. He's there with us. And there's one more detail John gives us. After Jesus dies, John's gospel says a soldier pierces Jesus' side and out flows blood and water. Even here, at the very end, there is giving. Even in death, Jesus pours himself out. Which means the cross is not just an ending. The story continues. It is the beginning of something we cannot fully see. So tonight, on this Good Friday, we do not rush ahead to Easter. We stay here. We stand at the foot of the cross. We listen to the silence. We hold the weight of it. And we hear those words again. It is finished. Not as an ending of hope, but as a completion of love. A love that goes all the way. A love that holds nothing back. A love that will never, ever let us go.